Alright guys, so hopefully this video won't be too long, but I just purchased the Virtual Console game for the N64, of course, Mario Kart, and I used the mClassic to smooth out pixels and, do some upscaling in some cases, but not all the time. And so, naturally or normally my Wii U is set to 1080p because using the mClassic on the Wii U, I haven't really found that it did a whole lot as far as smoothing goes. I would notice a difference. You could set it to 480p, but it wouldn't look as good as the normal 1080p output. And then you could do 720p, and it would do some work to that, but not as much. But it still wouldn't look as crisp as the native 1080p that is output, which the games aren't even truly 1080p anyways. But when you set it to 1080p, you would notice a slight, kind of a color boost and contrast difference. And so I purchased Mario Kart 64. And so I'm going to go into time trials here. And I just wanted to show you what the game looks like with the mClassic. Now, my Wii U currently is set at 1080p output, and it gives a soft image. I'll go with Mario because he's red. Specifically because he's red, you'll notice the color change. And so let's go to like Mario Raceway. And then I'm going to show you what it looks like in 480p. So I'm not really going to do a race here, but I'm going to switch back and forth, and you're going to see like the edges and stuff smooth out a little bit. So right now I am not on the mClassic mode, but I'm going to switch over and I will be. So here we go. Here's mClassic, and as you can see, there's a color boost, some slight edge cleanup, but not very much. But notice like the mushrooms up there, you see how pixeled they are? Here's the normal mode, and here's the mClassic again. It gives more of a color depth definition, I will say, but I don't really, it's not a lot of an improvement. And so I was wondering what I could do to fix that. So here we are. See, here's the color difference. This is the original mode, and then here's the mClassic, as it gives you more of a depth and contrast. But look at the mini map. See how it still looks in the mClassic mode? It still looks kind of pixeled and stuff. And again, the mClassic doesn't work very well with high resolutions. It'll clean it up just a hair, but not very much, And so my point is, I'm going to show you in just a second, I'm going to have to switch out and switch my my Wii U into 480p mode. So this is the mClassic mode, and here's the original. mClassic, original. Okay, so you got enough there. So I'm gonna leave the game, and I'm gonna actually go to well, hold on. Let's see. Let's just resume this, and what I'll do is I'll quit from here because it's gonna create a like a restore point. So now let's go to close software. I'm going to get my Gamepad, and we're going to go into the system menu, and I'm going to switch it to 480p. Now hopefully my capture doesn't stop recording, but I don't think it will. I'm pretty sure I've done this before. So I'm going to go into my system settings here. Let's see if it shows it up on what it shows on screen. Because I know for a second you're not going to really get much of a difference here. So now here we are, TV. I have to use the gamepad, so you're not seeing it on TV, but I'm switching it from 1080p to 480p. Now the screen's going dark. I'm confirming everything's good. It's 480p. I'm going to back out. Now I'm still leaving it at 16 by 9. And the reason I'm doing that is because I believe the Virtual Console has it's a 4:3 within a 16 by 9 window. So, because I turned the mClassic to retro mode and it looks exactly the same. It doesn't squish it or do anything different. So now let me get my Pro controller and I'm going to go back up to Mario Kart 64. Again, right now we are still on the regular mode and we're not in mClassic mode. So just give it a second. It's going to load the restore point. And then I'm going to select Mario and go back into the track, which actually I should have just left him where he was at. Suspend point, see? So here we are. But what I'm going to do now is I'm going to switch back and forth since I'm here. So this is original mode. And let me get my remote. This is mClassic mode. You see how much it smooths that out? And playing the N64, this looks so much nicer. It's hard to believe, you know. Here's original. Here's the mClassic mode. Original. See, it's hard. I'm telling you, let's just go to time trials. You have to see this in person. Of course, your TV. You know, I have my sharpness set to 0. I watched the My Life in Gaming channel, and they used to always say, hey, if you're, you know, leave your TV on 0 sharpness. And I used to be like, no, it looks better when I sharpen it. And I got used to it. And I truly believe that is the right way. So look at the mushrooms and look at my mini map. So this is 480p. And I'm on regular mode. I'm going to switch to mClassic. Look at that. Look how the jaggies are just gone. It smoothed everything out. Look at the mini map. It is nice and crisp. I mean, it's not super crisp, you know, not HD, but I mean, golly, it's hard to believe, you know, that it did that. Now, of course, the mClassic, they advertise that it does more work on 480p content, and I've always believed that. But I didn't think that from the Virtual Console on the Wii U that I was going to get such a nice image. Now look, I'm going to switch it back. See, here's the original 480p. Now this is more or less what it looks like in 1080p, except there's a little bit more aliasing going on. Like in the mushrooms, it's not as smoothed out on 1080p. 480p, it looks a little bit better. It's a little softer though. But look at the hills where they're cut out, and I'm going to switch it back to mClassic. Look at that. The color boost, the mushrooms, they're smoothed out. Now, if it's a little soft to you, of course, you know, you can go into post-editing and, you know, you can sharpen it a little bit if you want to. You know, you could do things like that, of course. You know, that's not what I'm about. I'm just trying to show you what it looks like. So let's go to Calamari Desert because the sunset is a little bit lower. I just want to see how the colors look. Here's original mode. Look at that map, you know, how it's aliased. You know, it's like a low resolution, right? Now, remember, the mClassic upscales the image to 1080p. So my capture is going to be 1080p. There's the train, you know. So let's switch it. Look at that. Look at the map. It's cleaned up quite a bit. And I want to see the train again, so just for video purposes, and I'm going to switch back and forth as the train's coming. See, here's the train. Here's the original. Here's the mClassic. Man. Especially like the numbers, the time where it says lap, you know, 1 out of 3 laps. But those mushrooms on the top, those really, they stand out. Yeah, I know how to drift in the game, and I'm not doing that, but let's go to another track, because it's not, you know, about how to play the game. So let's see, let's find, because I want to get a variation of tracks. So I'm going to go to, let's go to Snowland. And then I'll go to the Toads, I think it's Turnpike. So this is the mClassic mode. Here's the original. See the mountains and the trees, watch it smooth out. Look at that. I wonder now, to be honest, I would like to know what this compares to the HDMI mod on the original N64. Because, you know, that's an expensive mod. You know, this game is $10 in the Virtual Console. I just bought it literally about 45 minutes ago. I was playing the game a little bit, you know, trying to map the controls and do different things. And then I was like, it still seems like an upscaled 240p, or not really even progressive mode, but more of a 240i. And so let's get to a different part in the map. So here we go. Where's the bridge? Right around this corner. Let's try that. Okay. So, okay, there's a lot of trees and there's a lot of stuff there. So let's switch back over to regular mode. See, this is a normal 480p. Look at the mini map. I mean, Mario doesn't smooth out too much, but he does clean up quite a bit. Because, you know, he's got some sharp cuts in his head there. You know, so, man, look at that. I just, it's hard to believe. It really is. You know, and I know I've probably said that a few times already. But I really, you know, I guess this is the way. Now, this is the only Virtual Console game that I have for N64. So, I'm not going to be able to compare a whole lot of games. They are $10 a piece. You know, if you want to get me 1 million views on this, then maybe I can get some of that ad revenue and you know, do some, buy some more games and show y'all. But here's the original 480p. And then here's the cleaned up 480p. Cleaned up. Man. That's so, when I say cleaned up, I'm talking about mClassic. Now this is the Virtual Console version to get of the game. Don't get it on the original Wii because, you know, I couldn't remember where those guys were going to stop. Because apparently it doesn't run in full 60 hertz, 60 frames. So let's go here. Let's do a stop. And here's the original, as you can see. And then here's the mClassic. Man. It cleans up. It sure does make this game a little more modern. It's not, you know, of course it's not remastered and it's not, you know, online for the Nintendo Switch, you know, how they have the Virtual Console games, you know, where you can just get a whole bunch and not have to buy them separately. You know, but anyway. Where am I going to stop, right? Oh, I know I should have kept on going. As soon as I was getting there and stopping, I remembered for a second there. So, yeah, I didn't lose my mushrooms. Okay, so let's try another section here. So let's go back to the original mode. So there's original. Here's mClassic. See how it cleans that up? Man. Alright, so now we're on original. I'm going to exit out. I'll go to another course. One that's another a little bit brighter. You know, actually, let's go to Parkway, and then I'll hit Rainbow Road, and then I think I'll end this video. I can't record for too long because I gotta go pick up my daughter. That's how you boost. I knew it was something. Okay, here's a lot of stuff here. Okay, so mClassic mode. Man, it's almost like running this on an emulator, ain't it? Like PC emulator, not Virtual Console emulator. Regular mode, mClassic. Now, I don't know if this is going to be for, you know, hardcore purists and whatever, you know, because I imagine the speedrunners, you know, who try to get the best times or whatever, they're probably not playing with a wireless controller on the Wii U. But, you know, just to say, this looks really good. 480p, mClassic mode. Yeah, let's leave it on the mClassic mode for a little bit. I'm gonna drive down over here to the little. Now this used to be my game back in the day. You know, I had a Nintendo 64, not on launch day, but pretty close. And this was one of my favorite tracks ever. I just loved it. Alright, here we go. 480p mode, mClassic. Look at the rope. It almost looks like you can touch it. Not quite, but, you know. And even when I was playing back in the day, when I was a kid, you know, or, yeah, a teenager, because what was this, 96 that came out? Okay, turn around. I was trying to take that shortcut there with the mushroom. I was doing that before speedrunners were. Unless the speedrunners are my age and they were playing when it originally came out. Then, okay, then they were doing it too. But yeah, 480p mode. 1080p mClassic mode. Course change. My chair's got a little squeak to it. Yoshi Valley. Man, you know, I like that track too. Banshee Boardwalk. That's a dark track. Let's go there real quick. You know, I still got a few minutes. Alright, so let's see. Here's the mClassic mode, right? Here's the original 480p. mClassic mode, 480p, mClassic. Yeah, okay. Course change. I'll go to Rainbow Road real quick and then I'll close out this video. Because like I said, I really gotta leave in about 15 minutes. So 480p mode. Oh, look at that. mClassic mode. 480p, mClassic, 1080p. I was doing this too before speedrunners were. Hey, because, you know, in 1996, I was like 14 years old, 15 years old at the end of the year. You know, but, yeah, man. Alright, let's look at Mario. That's pretty good. Let's go to original. 480p mode. Alright, now let's watch Mario get a little bit cleaned up. Not a whole lot, right? Hardly at all. He got a color boost, I will say that. You know, but look at the map. Man, it gets smoothed out. So, anyways, I'm going to quit. Close out this video. So I can go to the main menu. I can go back and forth. Here's mClassic and here's original. This is probably what it would look like on, you know, on a regular LCD TV with just AV cables. Maybe a little bit softer than that. And then this is what it would look like, you know, emulation maybe in 720p is probably what you can truly compare it to. Because it's not full 1080p crisp sharpness. But I gotta tell you, you know, if you're gonna play Mario Kart 64, if you're gonna play any virtual console, get the mClassic. Now, don't pay the full price of $99. You know, check it out a few times a year, if not more, maybe a handful of times. It goes on sale for $85. It's not the best deal, but you'll save 15 bucks. You know, it's on Amazon. You know, I don't have affiliate links. I don't get any sort of compensation for promoting mClassic at all. So, anyways, thanks for watching. There's original. There's mClassic. And I will see you in the next video. Comment, rate, and subscribe if you enjoyed. It helps out the channel. That's all I need. You know, if you watch the video, that's support. So, anyways, thanks again, guys.